the video is called "Do All Feminists Think the Same?" So I guess it's male feminists versus female feminists. Is the
that's a little bit different than male feminist, which is a joke in of itself.
Male feminist is different.
Is
Let's
a
see
joke.
To create life, and that's basically what makes you a woman.
Femininity and
Hold on, let's see if we can get to that. They have.
But you understand what I'm saying?
they have
A
markers.
male feminist
Certainly.
is a joke. That should never. Those two
here.
words. Wait. Pause it.
Yeah,
Those two words should never be put together.
I disagree, but this is a whole other conversation we can have.
And is that person a girl that became a guy?
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, come on. That's not a real guy.
I think that feminism. I think you are a feminist. I think we just as men.
No, but a label of male feminist. Those
Yeah,
two words should never be put together.
agree. Well, yeah, agreed. Technically, it should just be a feminist. The definition of feminism, or at least what it used to be, it changes every day now because of all the shit.
Supporting women?
No, equality for genders. So technically,
And
by that
I'm okay
definition,
with that.
we're feminists.
I'm okay with that.
Right. The problem is the word is inherently sexist. It's called feminism. It should be called genderism or something. I'm
enough.
a genderist because I believe in equal treatment for the genders. So it was bad branding.
But gender being man and woman,
Yeah.
not transgender and this shit. That's different.
I mean, I kind of for equal treatment of everyone.
I believe equal treatment for men and women. Whether you choose.
I think
to be,
trans
No,
women should
no.
be treated as equally as women.
Okay,
But there should be different rules. There should be
let
subsects.
me explain something to you.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
If you're a man and you're a woman, born a man and born a woman, I believe you should be treated equally. But not when it comes to sports. There should be men's sports, women's sports, shit like that.
Yes. Well, that's what I think. There should be men's sports, women's sports, and trans sports.
Wait, fuck trans sports. We're
No,
not
because
fucking-
there's men's sports. So if you're trans and you want to compete, you should compete against the trans people. Don't compete against the men. That's what makes it
No,
fair.
I
Men
think-
compete against men,
no.
women compete against women, trans compete against
No,
trans.
I
That makes
think
it fair.
If you're making a choice to change your gender, then you don't play sports.
Or you play sports with the other people that agree with you.
Okay.
Men
But why
play-
do we? So we have to have a transgender Olympics?
Transgender category is better than incorporating them into the unfair
No,
categories.
but my point. What's next? We're gonna have people with 9 fingers and
No, but
wear
Dad,
blue.
they do exist in there. But that's like when women gained the right to vote. Were men just like, what's next?
Lower, yeah,
What's
yeah.
next? We have extra voters.
Okay,
It's like,
but-
yeah, that's the reality of the world we live in now. So we have to deal with it. Trans people are here. We got to deal with it. So we can't just ignore them.
I don't care if someone goes trans. I care when saying changing the rules for them is a different story. That's all.
Yeah, but rules are going to have to be changed because they're here. It's inevitable, right?
Hey, I'm just giving my opinion.
No, totally. As am I. Rules are inevitably going to be changed because there's this new group of people that have all of a sudden come
So
about.
take someone like Jazz. Okay, that's a very different circumstance. You know what I'm saying? As a little kid, whatever. I look at her strictly as a woman.
Okay.
Okay. When you take these guys that change or later change because it's like it's a chic thing to do.
Yep.
I have a different issue. Like I look at
Yeah.
Jazz. I don't even consider her as being born a boy. There's a
Right.
difference. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
But when I look at some of these, whatever. So let's go through this thing. So what do you got here?
Yeah, well, I'll play this. Last thing I want to say, I just think feminism was branded incorrectly because it makes men not want to be aligned with the cause. Because a guy, it's hard
Right,
for a
it
guy
has
to
a
say,
negative-
I'm a feminist.
Correct.
But if a guy said, I believe in equal genders, of course you believe in equal genders.
Most
and
people
technically that's a feminist. But even me, who I'm very like open and shit, I don't like saying I'm a feminist. It's like gay to say that, you know? So it was a branding issue for sure. But let's watch this.
That's incorrect. And
Okay.
her idea saying
Go
that
back. I got to see this.
2, trans women are women. 3, 2, 1, go.
How interesting. 3 men walk to strongly agree, 3 women walk to strongly disagree.
Now, but one of the guys that walked as a man is not a man. That's not a guy.
We don't know.
Look at him.
Maybe, yeah. We didn't watch the beginning of the video. Maybe.
God.
But let's see what they have to say.
Positioned here based on our political beliefs and as for how we see the LGBTQ.
I mean, I think it's also split between
This dude's wearing a sweatshirt that said men can be feminists too.
All right, I got to beat his ass. I want to punch him in the
But
face.
see, someone like that is definitely
He's
just
a fucking
doing
douchebag.
No, he's just doing it because he's like,
The bandwagon.
I'm sensitive and
He is.
women will like this about me. Maybe this will get me.
No one's like
Maybe this will get a girl to kiss me.
Unabomber.
all the men are on that side and all the women are on this side. I know being
That's
a
a
woman
girl.
that there are certain things that we have to deal with as women that people who are not, biologically women don't have to deal with. I mean, we have to deal with having our periods and go through that really awkward stage when we're 13, and people who are, trans women don't have to go through that.
Trans women live their entire lives as women. they don't turn it off. It's not something that they're turning off. And then to come up to them and say, oh yeah, I see you're doing this, but you're not a woman. You know, it's kind of insulting.
How do you live your life as a woman? Because every single time somebody says that, they name the most stereotypical things.
You
it's
go,
like
girl.
putting on a dress, putting on makeup. It's biological. I was
So
born
all
a
it is
woman.
is
I
biological.
can't be a man.
So
I
if
can't
it's-
be.
Isn't this
She's
is tied
right, though.
Yeah, but like she's a black woman.
Wait.
She's probably liberal. She's got colored hair, and she's saying this. That's what I think tides are turning in this country. I think people are speaking up
But they
more.
understand that. But she just being real. Do you know? I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So to me, it's true. If you then be a fucking dude that wears a fucking wig and put on makeup and dresses.
or be feminine.
Real.
But to be a woman.
Be a fucking guy. You want to dress like a fucking chick and walk out public and knock yourself out. But don't mean that you are a fucking woman. You're not a woman because of what you put on makeup and clothes and how you act.
Yeah.
You're not. Years ago, we called that gay. Just as when someone
Yeah,
acts like that,
yeah.
we called the gay. Now they have to be called a woman because gay is so negative. It's a fucking joke. It's a
Yeah.
fucking joke. Seriously.
I'm torn on it
There's
because
nothing to be torn on. You're not.
no, because like if someone, because like I guess a woman to me is there. I don't know. I guess there's a difference between femininity and woman.
Shania Twain.
Man, I feel like a woman.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a difference, I think, between femininity and being a woman. Because there are a lot of women that I know that are not feminine at all. And there are a lot of feminine people that aren't women, right? So I think trans women can be very feminine, right? They have feminine characteristics. They act feminine. They have traits, personalities. They look feminine. But are they a woman? I guess not.
I don't think that.
Right.
I want to hear this chick.
Be a
It's
man, no matter how
100%
much I try. I
biological,
can't be you.
And it's just, chromosomes and that's it.
Are the differences just chromosomes, just having children? That's like so hurtful and discriminatory against women because femininity and womanhood is so much more than just, getting dressed up and putting on makeup and just the way I feel. It's who I am on a biological level.
Right, so for you, it is the ability to create life, and that's basically what makes you a woman.
No.
What makes you a man? Or would you consider yourself a man? I probably should.
Yeah,
ask, 'cause I don't-
I was born a man. I behave as a man. I carry
So
myself
what would I
through
have to
society
do to
as
be
a man.
like you?
a good
I want to be a man now.
So we can both agree that our society
smart.
has things that men generally do, things that women generally do, right? If you start to fall on one side of the spectrum versus the other side of the spectrum, then you're going to be treated as that gender.
I think
Maybe
it's a
not.
little obscure that we're looking at it as such a basic requirement, more so that, humans are much more evolved than any other animal, so why are we still using just the requirement of, well, if that person has a penis, he's a male, or that person has a vagina, they're a female?
I
Pause.
think you're a
Because that's
what sex is.
no. That's how we were made.
Yes. And it's
by
not
the
even
way-
penis, vagina. It's XX and XY is
Okay,
really
but,
what
but
it
let's
is.
break down
Yeah.
the penis vagina. Let's simplify it.
'Cause some people might not have,
wait,
like, penises and are guys.
Even in animals, the male is with the penis, the female's with the vagina that can give birth. That's what God, if there was a God,
That's
how
what
made-
say nature. That's what nature made.
is to
Yes.
procreate.
That's
we
what
need to eat.
nature on
we need
earth
to eat
is.
and procreate, right? And survival instincts goes you could survive to help to later procreate and keep your species going. Continue.
Yeah.
masculine woman or a feminine man. That doesn't make you that gender. And to try
Right.
to deny just basic biological facts. We all learn this in high school. Let's stop acting like it's something new and different now because it's the hip thing to say.
Love this chick.
I think there's a lot of conflating of being female versus being a woman. Being female is chromosomal, it's what you're born as.
Okay,
Oh,
pause.
so there's the distinction that the left will say. I was doing it feminine and woman. But so you know the difference between gender and sex, right?
This guy 100%
Was a girl.
100% was a woman.
Yeah.
And just because he thinks he looks like a man, which he doesn't, he looks like a fucking woman. He's still fucking gay. It's okay.
Yeah.
By the way, it's okay.
Yeah.
But even better off staying a fucking woman and being a lesbian.
So to the left, do you know the difference between sex and gender?
Gender,
According to the left, what the left would say.
which is,
Do you
I'm
know?
asking you what?
Sex is what you're born with, your hardware.
Gender's how you identify.
Gender is what you identify with,
That's
the orientation.
Bullshit. That's
that
bullshit. That's bullshit.
Yeah, I think they're the same.
Bullshit. That's bullshit.
And see, you even saying that, if I posted this on TikTok, it would probably, if I posted you saying gender is bullshit on TikTok, it would probably get removed.
Yeah, but
Because it's so accepted as fact.
no, because it's because people just want to belong,
Yeah.
and that woke thing.
And that's a very, very new
the past couple
philosophy.
Of years. Yeah, fuck that. Go on.
All throughout human history up until the 60s, it was you're born with what you're born with and that's what you are. You could be a feminine man.
Now
or you could be a butchy woman.
Now, don't get me wrong. If you're born a woman and you want to change being a man, do what you want to do.
Yeah.
However, you're still a woman that just had surgery done. It's like this.
You're a woman who identifies
Listen,
as a man, but
listen,
you're still a woman.
Listen,
in my opinion.
correct. That's exactly right. That guy who did that alien thing.
Yeah.
Okay. He can identify himself as an alien. All he did was he had medicine get involved, medical procedures to make him look different.
But then this is where it gets even more interesting. What is a man then?
No, but
What
wait,
is a man? Just a Y chromosome?
No, wait.
Or is it?
But do you understand that guy,
feeling?
the alien, that guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Is he an alien?
No, not by the
But
definition.
Wait. But he was born a man.
Right.
He paid
but
money.
an alien means not from this earth, so he's not an
You
alien.
know what I'm trying to say? But he literally paid somebody, a doctor, to transform it into something that he looks different. He might feel, let's call him Frogman.
Okay.
He might feel he's like a frog. He might look like a frog.
Right.
He might even act like a
And
frog.
we might treat him like a frog.
Wait.
But that doesn't make
Forget
him
how
a frog.
we treat him. I wouldn't treat him like a frog. I'd treat him like a fucking
Right,
moron.
but to compare it to
But let's
trans women,
assume they weren't
you would treat
treated
a trans woman like a woman. Like Jazz, you said you're like yeah, she's like a
Yes,
woman.
okay,
I
right,
think of her like
okay,
a woman.
right, okay.
But is she a woman? No. But we think of her like a woman.
Well, because I think society puts it on us and conditions and so forth.
Right.
Or what would have been it'd be interesting if society said and didn't take on this whole politically correct branding and marketing for all this and just said transgender woman is a man that converted to a woman but is still a man. If everybody drank that Kool-Aid, they'd be fine with that too because that's factually what transpired.
Yes, but that's offensive because you're denying their truth. That's what they would say.
But
you saying I'm a man is denying my existence
wait.
because I'm not a man because I know it. That's what they would say.
But their truth.
No, of course. I'm
Let me
using
just
their
say-
language. I don't use that language.
If a 17-year-old kid says you're denying, or an 18-year-old kid, you're denying that I can fight for the army, I can buy myself the contract, I can legally get married, but you're denying my right to drink, and I want to drink. I am who I am, and I want to drink.
I believe that I'm a
I
drinker.
have a right to fucking drink. I need that fucking alcohol to make me feel better about myself. I don't know.
I think an 18-year-old should drink.
I do too. I 100% on that. But there's different reasons that.
Yeah, that's kind of a different.
Yeah, that's a different story. But let's go. I want to continue.
Yeah,
this.
so
This
this person is talking about the
you
difference
mean
between
this gay guy?
This person is talking about the difference between gender and sex. That's what they're about to go into.
You're
That's
going to
why
show this so people can see it.
Yeah.
You'll get.
being a woman.
Look at the hand
I think
movements.
there's like a lot of conflating of
Conflating.
being female versus being a woman. Being female is chromosomal, it's what you're born as. Being a woman
Pause.
is a societal
Pause.
construct. They can align, like yours obviously all align. Like you pointed over here, you're like, all the men over here.
That's not a
First
man.
30 years of my life, I was a woman. I
Told ya.
transitioned. It's
Told you.
a disconnect with what you're born as and what you feel you should
So
be.
gender dysphoria.
Yes.
Okay, I can believe that.
That's a
100%.
different thing, though.
Totally.
Well, she's
This
right.
chick is great,
No,
actually.
because that's okay.
Yes.
That's okay.
Yes.
That does not mean you have to be now defined as a man or a woman.
Right. Gender dysphoria, yeah, you might be having dysphoric gender thoughts.
By the way,
But does that change the reality?
that's right. Just
Something
like
in your head doesn't change the reality.
If you are schizophrenic, does that mean that you
That the people that you're seeing in
Have
your
to
head are
accept
real.
it? Have to accept- right.
Or we all have to accept that those people are real.
Has to accept- How
No,
do we
they're in your
find
head.
that? I'd love to get this person on a podcast. How do you find
She
it?
actually is great.
How do you
I'll
find
look into it actually. I'm sure they say her name in the beginning of the video.
Has to get her on.
Or maybe they have it linked here.
But go on, I want to hear the rest of it. Go back and look at it afterwards. But I want to get her on.
Yeah.
Should
So
be.
gender dysphoria.
Yes.
Okay, I can believe that. I 100% could believe that. Yeah.
If it was just like, I just wanted to be a
Look at the
masculine woman,
actions.
then sure, that's easy to do. But that
Pause.
didn't work.
You got. I'm triggered.
We can't finish the fucking.
Wait, this fucking guy, Bronny. This person.
I feel bad for a person like
no,
that.
me too. But do you see the two dudes standing? You see the way the two dudes stand, and you see the hand.
That person obviously is a woman.
Correct.
They lived 30 years as a woman.
So, but that's my point. You're not transitioning.
Right.
You're a dude. I mean,
I guess the core thing is
you could be a gay chick. That's fine.
Or you can be a chick that now thinks of themselves as a man, but that doesn't make you a man.
Everything about that person's a fucking chick with short hair.
Yeah. I just think there's just a core difference that we'll never solve, because half of the people in this country believe that you can't change your
a lot of
sex.
men now are becoming pussies and the way they are. They're going to be so eventually.
But also the other way. A lot of it's course correcting. A lot of people are going extra to the other side.
Terrible.
Some people believe. I mean, I guess like what I asked you this question earlier, we didn't get an answer. What is a man then to you? What is it?
A man is born a man. It's hard to explain. That acts like a man. Like it's a man. I think you're born a man. You're a fucking man. And how you
right. But if someone,
and if you're a feminine man, you might as well be a chick.
But you said someone that acts like a man. Oh, so if you're feminine, you might as well be a chick.
I'm joking. You know.
So
I know. I want to hear the rest of this. I like this show.
I'm not going to say I'm male. I wasn't born with XY. That'll never change. And no trans person will ever tell you they're biologically born that way, because if anyone knows anything about biology,
I think it's interesting
trans
hearing
people.
the perspectives.
That's why they have to get hormones and do all this other stuff. And it doesn't take away your womanhood if someone else is a different type of woman. It's a different experience that shouldn't make you feel less of a woman if they're around, or vice versa.
Do you all feel like the feminist movement should be fighting for trans women within that movement?
I mean, it should be fighting for.
I personally think that there should be a separate sect of feminism for trans feminism, because trans. I mean, that's what TERFs are. Trans exclusionary radical feminists. So it's
fucking labels.
No, it's women who are saying. It's women who said, all these trans people that are getting in our movement, no, you are not part of this movement. It's a feminist movement, so we're trans exclusionary. That's what that.
I don't think women. I don't think the transgender should be put in the feminist group.
That just seems so. It seems so unfair for a man. There's a movement that is only women to make themselves equal to men, and then it seems so unfair to women for a man to be like, you know what, I was born as the elite, as the person who gets the most because I'm a man, and now I'm going to change so that now I can become part of your club. It's like that's so.
I know it's like I'm going to get a lot of backlash, so don't put this on TikTok or whatever. I think most of the day, a lot of the people that transition is for attention too. A lot of them disturbed.
Well, a lot of gender dysphoria. It's like a lot of mental illness is caused by something else. You know, some people will be raped when they're a kid. Yeah, I burped into the mic. Some people will be raped when they're a kid, and then when they grow up, they have a mental illness, and they're like, and it has nothing to do with that, but the trauma from their childhood, their brain, now they have a mental illness. Gender dysphoria is a mental illness, and so it can be caused by any amount of trauma.
But now it's not. But you can't equate it to a mental illness. You got to say now you're transgender.
Right. I view it as a mental illness, but an acceptable one. People have
because society made it acceptable.
I think it's acceptable because it doesn't harm. Like it's not. You know,
I think it does harm.
When someone's depressed,
we're putting $2.6 billion into something, or we're doing this, or we're there.
Yeah.
Or they're changing the statutes to read he, she, no more aunt and uncle, no more this or that.
Right, but like so, I treat it like I would treat another mental illness. Like if someone has depression, clinical depression, diagnosed, not just like I'm so sad, which is a mental illness, depression. I don't think of them as a worse human than me. I don't think they should be ostracized from society. I just feel bad for them. I'm like, wow, that sucks. I feel bad for them. But I don't deny. They have depression. Wait. That sucks. There's something wrong in their brain, but I'm not going to treat it like there's something wrong in their brain.
But you don't want it shoved on you where things start changing. Right. That's the point.
Totally. That's the difference. That's the difference.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. I don't care.
But if we were changing our whole society to cater to depressed people, then I'd be like, wait, but what about me? I'm not depressed.
Right. That's my point about black, white, women, man, transgender, not. Stop fucking forcing the shit on it. Stop with the label. Stop changing my fucking way of life to fit into everyone else's way of life. All right, continue.
Yeah.
Everyone's genders, whether they're trans women, trans men, cis women, cis men, or non-binary people. That's just part of feminism.
Okay, see, Sue, I do agree with that. This person did say feminism isn't just for women. It's for everyone. Men, straight men, gay men, trans, whatever. That is what it is. People mistake that a lot.
I don't think so. I think it defeats the entire movement.
Every feminist should be pro-choice.
Oh, no, this is a
Three,
whole other.
two.
Pause. Every feminist should be pro-woman's choice. Okay. All right.
Well, wait. They have different questions here? So they have: can men be feminists? White feminist voices are too loud. That's an interesting one. Public figures, trans women are women. Every feminist should be pro-choice. Menstrual products should be free, and every woman should be a feminist. Do you want to hear this one, or do you want to do another?
Menstrual should be free.
Yeah, that's a
Interesting.
big,
I think so. I don't have an issue with that.
because they can't control it, right? So why should they pay?
If you can't afford it, it should be like food
Yes.
stamps. If you can't afford it, you shouldn't get it for free. I'm sorry. If you
Yeah.
can't afford it, then you.
I agree, because it's something completely out of their control.
Right. But if you can afford it, it's like food stamps. I think people that can't afford food should get food from the government. I really believe that.
yeah, what is the government for if not for that?
Correct.